Martial arts instructors, you need to market your school if you're wanting it to grow. Definitely. Okay, my name's Dervish Dervish. I'm a 6th degree black belt. I've been training in karate since 1997. Yeah, I'd think then. And I first opened my karate club, because it was a karate club at the time, in January 2004. I built up my school over a 20-year period so that it took each and every month more than my competition did in 2 to 3 years. So definitely, hopefully, we will provide some value in this video. But one of the things that I always tell my mentees that I'm lucky enough to work with is you need to market your school. All right. Lots of people then go, well, I don't know anything about marketing. And I completely understand that. Of course I do. When I first started out, marketing, when I started reading about it, it can be like a complete minefield. Well, what do I need to do? Do I need to get billboards? Do I need to put leaflets? Do I go into shops? What about Facebook? Do I do that? Obviously, Facebook come out after and so on. What about Google? How do I advertise on the internet? I've got a website, but and so on. And then I can understand from the outside looking in how it can be like a Pandora's box. So this video should hopefully provide you with a little bit of information on how you can grow your school. And again, you need to market your school. I know I keep banging on about that, but you can't just think to yourself that if you're a world champion or you're a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh dan, you've been training for 30, 40 years, that students are just going to flock to you because I hate to break it to you, nobody's bothered about your grade or anything like that other than yourself. Obviously, I'm bothered about my grade, but that never really generated any students to come flooding through the door. What did generate students is marketing. Okay, so marketing should equal leads slash inquiries, and then leads should equal new students. Now, again, I've put another video out on this and have a look at some of the blogs as well. In between this leads and new student stage, there's 4 or 5 steps. How many do you get actually booked into the first lesson? How many attend the first lesson? How many then do you get to attend the second lesson? How many enrollment conferences do you do? How many successful enrollment conferences do you do, and so on? But ultimately, if you're stripping it all back down to bare bones basics, marketing will equal leads, and then leads, that's your way to get new students. Please don't ever think if you build it, they will come. That works if you will build it and then you market it more, and then they will come, but then continue to market it. All right. Unless you're in a prime main, lots of footfall traffic each and every day, then students, you will get drop-ins. But really, it boils down to your ability to market your school. Anyway, let's get started. So the main things that we used to do to obviously build our school up, definitely, were leaflets in primary schools, community outreach, Facebook ads, search engine optimization. Apologies again about my handwriting, internal events, and you need to keep hold of your students the best you can. All right. We've got this obligation to make sure that when they enroll, that we keep hold of them as long as we can, so that they're receiving the benefits that your tuition has to offer. Definitely. I know now, hand on heart, that I would not be the person I am today if I didn't study karate continuously. I know it's helped me with my focus, my respect, my discipline, my determination, perseverance, grit, resilience, drive, the ability to not give in to negative peer pressure, the ability to work towards and achieve goals. So those are some of the things that you need to make sure that your students understand. Sorry, I'm going off here. Obviously, it's a topic passionate because I know how to run and build martial arts schools. So let's start on this now. So leaflets, please, when I say leaflets here, don't do what I did in the first 3-4 years and get in touch with a local leaflet distribution company in your area, drop off at the time 60, 70, 80,000 leaflets and expect the phone to be ringing off the hook. Doesn't happen like that. You ask yourself now, what do you do with the leaflets that come through your letterbox? You've got that split second that it takes you to pick it up, or the advertiser has, or your school has, to catch your attention before it goes straight into the bin. So be aware of leaflets, because in my experience, they've definitely had a terrible conversion rate. I'm not saying they don't work. Maybe if you dropped off 100,000 every 6 weeks, you might get something from it. But for us, I wanted more bang for our marketing pound, really. So we deliberately built up connections with primary schools because that's where our key avatar was. That's where our student was. Generally 30 students in 1 year. over primary school, 7 years, reception to year 6. So obviously, what's the maths there? 7 times 3, 7, 14, 210 students in a typical primary school. But we know primary schools in our area that are 2 forms per year, 3. And we worked in the biggest form, which had 4 forms in a year. They just had short of 1,000 children in that school. So the good thing about that is it goes in the children's bags or email if they're sending it via email, the office, and you're getting straight in front of your target audience. So going back to just leaflets that are just going to get dropped off to everybody in a certain area, how many of those are going to go to grandmas and granddads? How many are going to go to, young adults that don't have children yet, and your marketing's all geared towards attracting children? So leaflets in primary schools, excuse me, was definitely a big one for us. And it gives us a chance to build up connections in the area as well. Community outreach. Now from this, these were us, the team and I, really visiting things like local fairs, local carnivals, getting into the cinema as well, garden centres, anywhere where we could be there with our gi on, with our uniform on, speaking to people and just standing out really. Again, we might not be able to speak to everybody, but just the fact that we're there in the community, it's just a little reminder we're there now. One of the best things, especially when people used to speak to us on the phone, on our script, again, going on about systems, we'd always ask the "how did you find out about us" question. And during our heyday, when we were really doing lots of marketing, the best responses we ever got were, "Well, you guys are everywhere. How could we not know about you?" That was fantastic, because at the time we had billboards, we were marketing in primary schools, we were doing a lot of community outreach, had at our time as well 21 taxis, banners in and around the area, Facebook ads, all the rest of the stuff, because we really wanted to dominate the market, which is why, we were one of the biggest around. But I don't want you to think that biggest necessarily means successful. For us, if you're treating it like a business, it needs to be profitable. That's what the main thing is. And I know it's that old saying, turnovers for vanity, profits for sanity, and so on. It's the same when you're running your martial arts school. Doesn't matter if you have 100 students or 1,000 students. It matters how much, at the end of the month, your P&L says how much cash flow have you got, how much have you generated from that. So try not to get into an ego type of thing of, I've got this many students and so on. Next one, Facebook ads. Now, again, I do some research about this, but what I wouldn't do personally, okay, I wouldn't try to design my own Facebook ads by reading a book and going, right, well, I'm going to try it. I might save a little bit of money, but for me, it's about me concentrating on my 20% of my tasks, the high value tasks, and trying to delegate as much of the 80% of the tasks as possible. So the Facebook ads, I wanted a professional to do that, to design it. They were then going to do the split testing of ads, A and B split testing. They would then tweak and monitor the ads as to see which one get the better response. And again, that helps leads come in. Now, all of these really should be directing leads into your school. A different marketing funnel there, all aiming towards getting you this. And I could tell how successful your school is by you telling me how many of these you get a week, a month. I could pretty much guess how big your school is and how profitable it is just by you telling me how many leads you get each month. Moving on to the next one, search engine optimization. Again, we're going online here like the Facebook ads, SEO. It's good having a website. And again, back in the day when I did design in 2005 or 6, it was very, check me out, look at me, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. Parents aren't bothered about that. The parents that are coming to your martial arts school, again, WIIFM, what's in it for me as a parent? So if I was taking my child to a karate school, jiu-jitsu, judo, aikido, whatever it is you do, what's in it for my child and why do I want them to do this? So it shouldn't always be about, I'm really, really successful, I did this, I went to uni, then I was a lecturer, then I did this, and then I passed this grading, I jumped this grading, I got distinction on my grades. They're not bothered about that type of stuff. Your parents, your clientele, the bond that are paying your bills, are bothered about how you can help their child and their family, really. So SEO is crucial, but the good thing about SEO is search engine optimization, and what differentiates it, one thing between Facebook ads. Facebook, you're normally just catching them. They might not have even really been thinking about, joining a martial art. But search engine optimization, especially with Google, they're actually in the buyer's mode really. They're looking, so karate, near me. You're not catching them there. They've actually made a conscious decision to go, right, I'm interested in karate or judo or jiu-jitsu, kickboxing near me. They're at least a little bit further along in the buying cycle, really. So that's why, again, not going too deep into this, the ones where they contacted us via a Google search, they were always a lot stronger than Facebook ads. But ultimately, I keep going back to this, don't I? It boils down to that. How many leads are you getting each month and how many are you converting? Next one, number 5, internal events. Internal events could be anything like Bring a Buddy Day, we're having a Christmas party, an Easter party, a summer party, ball breaking events, ninja nights, movie nights, anything like that. But you can only do these internal events if you've got a large active count already. So if I've only got 10 students, I'm just starting off, it's not worth it. 20, 30, 40, 50. I think you need at least 100 to try and get any active count, any traction on that as well. Definitely. I mean, obviously, my mentors who taught me this years ago, fantastic school running instructors, really, really profitable schools. But, and here's the main thing, they weren't belt factories. They were developing the students all round and making them better individuals, because hopefully that's what you're doing, and I'm sure you are if you're watching this video, especially if you watched it this long. That's what you're wanting to do with your students. So again, you need to market your school if you're wanting it to grow. Simple as that. Marketing equals leads, and then leads equals new students. That's really stripped down into the basics. Primary school leaflets is a classic one. Community outreach, fairs, garden centres, cinemas, anything like that. Facebook ads, SEO, search engine optimization, internal events, and then don't forget you need to keep hold of your students. I know I've put quite a few videos out here. You don't want 100 students coming through your door and 100 students leaving through the back door. So it's always about you making sure you understand that when a student enters your dojo, your area, your mats and so on, it's up to you to try your best to keep hold of that student, because you genuinely believe in what you teach will benefit their lives. So I hope you found a bit of value in this video, and good luck, all the best. Stop.